Good morning, all. Today we are going to discuss about the continuous happiness and prosperity, the basic human aspirations in UHV2. So the contents we are going to discuss about desire, which will be assessed using the three parameters like happiness, prosperity, the continuity of happiness and prosperity. So first you need to answer these questions like, do we desire for happiness? Do we desire for prosperity? Do we desire for continuity of both? If continuity of happiness and prosperity is ensured, then what else would you desire? So for all these questions, we need to find out the answers. Then we can move on to the session. So first, we can discuss about the happiness. So ensure through the internal dialogues like what I really want to be, my natural acceptance, my intention. So next question is what I am, which will define the desire, thought, expectation, and the competence. So in the relationship, if there is harmony existing in all the levels, then there exists the happiness. If the disharmony or the contradiction exists, then it will lead to the unhappiness state. The next thing, we have to discover our natural acceptance, what we want to reach. We have to ensure this dialogue and ensure harmony within. Then we have to find out what I am. So here the difference between the happiness and unhappiness have been given. So happiness is the state or the situation in which we live. Then if there is harmony or synergy in it, then it is naturally accepted to me to be in the state of happiness. Okay, so contradictorily, unhappiness means to be in the state of disharmony or contradiction, which will be not naturally acceptable to me to be in the state. So it will be in the state of the disharmony or the contradiction. So here are certain situations have been discussed to ensure the continuity of happiness as an individual human being and as a member of family, as a member of society, as a unit in nature or existence. So continuity of happiness is equal to harmony at all levels in the human being, family, society, and in the nature. So our program is to attain all these uh, levels, attain the happiness in all these levels like human being, family, society, nature, or existence. So prosperity means the feeling of having more than the required physical facility. That is nothing but the prosperity. So a prosperous person will also think to utilize, will always think to utilize the right, to utilize the physical facility in a right way, nurturing the other. So now you can give the definition for the happiness, prosperity, and the continuity of the happiness and the prosperity based on the contents which we have discussed earlier, right? So physical facility contains the following steps like identification, availability of production, consuming, sharing, and storage of the remaining. That is for the right utilization in the future. What is naturally acceptable in physical facility? Renunciation, right utilization, and indulgence. So there are certain questions which we need to discuss about the happiness and the prosperity. How can meaning of happiness be universal? Or how can happiness be the same for everyone? To be in the state of harmony is happiness, and to be in the state of disharmony is unhappiness, right? So everyone in this world is working for one's own happiness. So is it not right to say that everyone is selfish in this world? Yes, everyone is working for one's own happiness, but unfortunately, they are not working for the continuous happiness, which is their basic desire. If only they work for it, they will realize the importance of relationship, harmony, and coexistence that will be the foundation for ensuring the continuity in the happiness. So, what is happiness? Is it a mental state, sense of freedom, self satisfaction in life, bliss, harmony in mind, etc.? So, happiness is to be in the state of harmony. Certainly, it is the state of the self, the consciousness. When we are in the state of continuous happiness, it includes peace, satisfaction, and bliss in the self. What is the sign to recognize that one is happy? When we are happy, we are in a state of harmony within, and this reflects in terms of harmony with world outside. So these are the two main indicators that one is happy. On the other hand, if we are unhappy, we are in a state of contradiction within, and this reflects in terms of contradiction. Don't you think that happiness in continuity are merely imaginary or impractical? We have been talking about such issues for ages, and it is impossible to define it and ensure it. There are two things to be considered. One is desirable and another one is feasible. So we all desire for happiness and continuity, definitely. As regard feasibility, we have people who realize this relationship, harmony and coexistence, and the state of bliss emerging out of it. We can verify this by understanding the relationship and harmony living in it, and small effort in this direction makes us happy to that extent, and it shows the possibility that if we can understand these in their completeness and live with this in continuity. We are talking about the want of happiness, but traditionally we have been saying that this want is the basic reason for unhappiness. Kindly comment. We are talking about ensuring the continuity of happiness, which is ensured by understanding of harmony and my living with the feeling of harmony within. This is something which has to be ensured within and not to be obtained from outside. When we try to get it from outside, that creates the problem. So, what is being said is that if you try to get continuity of happiness from outside, you are bound to fail, to be in trouble. Why we are calling food as a physical facility. It is the basic need of the human being. It is a physical chemical nature, and it facilitates to nurture our body. Therefore, we are calling it as physical facility. In fact, real purpose of physical facility is to serve our basic needs. Overintelligence will not come under right utilization. If I feel happy by accumulating and indulging in physical facilities, why should I not go for it? You can go for it, but it will never lead to the continuity of the happiness and the prosperity. When we say prosperity is the feeling of having more than required, how do I decide how much more? My physical needs I can identify, and that much I have to produce anyway. However, I have to produce more to share with others, my relatives, my friends, and people who need in the society. Of course, while producing more, we have to make sure that this production is through a cyclic and mutually enriching process with the rest of the nature. The right understanding is not going to be ensured in a day or two. When I go to work for it, I am not able to work for physical facilities. Now I have to fulfill all my relationships too, and I require more facilities for it. So, how do I make the right program to ensure enough physical facilities? With right understanding, I can identify the need for physical facility. Most of the times, we find that we already have more than what is required, so we can feel more prosperous. In case we have less, we can work better with the right understanding to produce more. As far as relationship is concerned, the major issue is that the feelings and that can be ensured through the right understanding. If prosperity is a feeling, can't I simply have it without working much for physical facilities by minimizing my needs? Not by minimizing my needs, but rightly identifying the physical needs. If I do that, I can find it is very less and it is possible to produce more than that. If I produce more than that, then obviously I will share and exchange the physical facilities whichever I have in order to help the people around me and the people who are in need of it. So when we are talking about the prosperity, the saints in our country talked about renunciation and they were happy. Can't that also be the way to live? What has been said time and again is that rightly identify the physical needs. Do not overindulge. When we look at it from the perspective of the people who are overindulging, it seems to be renunciation. Further, it has always been professed that we produce more than what is required, but consume only as much as required. The rest we can share with others for relationship and for the societal well-being. With this, I'm winding up the topic. Thank you all. Thank you for your cooperation.